We turn now to the Democratic presidential race. Over the weekend, candidates still trying to break through in the crowded field headed west.
Hello, Nevada Democrats!
As impeachment news consumes Washington, a show of force by the 2020 Democratic candidates in Nevada.
This is a fight to end that national nightmare called Donald Trump.
In Las Vegas Sunday night, 14 of the 2020 candidates made their pitch to Nevadans, who'll vote third in the party's nominating contest.
I'm confident there is a path.
The lineup included former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick, who entered the crowded race just last week.
When we get that nominee, we're all going to join together.
Former U.S. Senate leader Harry Reid, still a giant in the state's politics, made an appearance and a call for unity. But beneath the surface, the struggle continued over what kind of Democratic nominee should lead the party next. A centrist like former Vice President Joe Biden.
The risk of nominating someone who wouldn't beat Trump is a nation and a world that our children and grandkids won't want to live in.
Or a progressive like Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, who often warns against running what she calls a safe campaign.
We're not going to change it by a nibble here and a little bit of a change over there. We're going to change it with big structural change.
It came a day after former President Barack Obama, a moderate Democrat, made rare comments on the 2020 race and a veiled criticism of that big structural change. Mr. Obama said, quote, "This is still a country that is less revolutionary than it is interested in improvement. They like seeing things improved, but the average American doesn't think you have to completely tear down the system and remake it." He warned candidates to, quote, "pay some attention to where voters actually are," and that, quote, "we also have to be rooted in reality."
I got something important really wrong.
Meanwhile, another potential late addition to the Democratic race, Michael Bloomberg, apologized for the stop-and-frisk policing policy he led while mayor of New York, and has since defended as a means to combat crime.
I spoke with many of the innocent people affected and listened to their frustrations and their anger.
The policy, granting police broad authority to detain and question people, overwhelmingly impacted people of color and is largely seen as out of line with the current Democratic Party.
I was wrong, and I'm sorry.
Today, Bloomberg picked up a key endorsement from Stephen Benjamin, mayor of Columbia, South Carolina, and one of the state's highest-profile black politicians who applauded Bloomberg's apology.